Welcome everybody to the second episode of Arabian Insider here at the Arabian Breeders' World Cup. I'm Francesca Ragno.
And I'm Jeffrey Winterstein.
So today we had the first day of the show. Of course, a lot of things happened today, and we have also some unexpected moments. We had the chance to see all the fillies and the mare at the show, right, Jeffrey?
Absolutely. There were certainly some surprises. We'll get into that a little bit later. But first, there's a lot of breeders here at the Arabian Breeders' World Cup. You had the chance to sit down with one of the most influential breeders in the Arabian breed, Judy Forbes.
Absolutely, yes. I got the chance to sit with her yesterday, and of course, like you said, is one of the most influential breeder in our business with the Olden Satellite that changed completely the world of the Egyptians. So let's enjoy it.
Some people are born loving horses, and I was one of them. At 3 years of age, or 4 years, was riding my first pony, and it was a gray pony. And I guess gray's always been in the back of my mind. Over a period of time, I always rode, and I was a horseman. So I always looked at a horse as a horse, but I wanted something beautiful. And when I was in my 20s, I joined the State Department and went to Turkey with the Foreign Aid Department. And I found an Arabian mare there that I fell in love with. It was my first purebred Arabian. She belonged to a Turkish cavalry officer. And I began to ride her, and I won the Civilian Jumping Championship of Turkey on her. And she always filled my mind as something that was very special. And I met my husband in Turkey, of all places, and he also loved horses. So we decided that we would race Arabian horses while we were living there as something to do, because we were living out in the back country in the southeast part in the desert of Turkey. He trained them and I raced them, and I was the first woman jockey in that part of the world. And then we decided we'd like to have some Arabian horses to take home, and we really didn't think so much about breeding them, but we wanted something to enjoy and we wanted something beautiful. And we started studying the horses in that part of the world and going from country to country, trying to understand the Arabian breed. And then we went to Egypt and we saw what we felt was the classic Arabian horse, and bought 3 yearling fillies from the Egyptian Agricultural Organization and shipped them home. And we were just married for a year, so it was a big financial challenge for us to make that decision. But little did we have any idea that it would turn out to become the foundation of one of the great breeding farms in the world, because we had to leave the horses and go back overseas, and we had family that helped take care of them, and then they also loved the horses. But little by little, people saw these horses and they said, well, we'd like to breed Ibn Halima, your stallion. And then we started showing a little bit. Don actually showed at some of the bigger shows. And the farm grew. It grew like from a little acorn, a big tree. And so eventually our horses provided the foundation for many of the great breeding farms around the world today, including El Shaqab, Kuwait, Sharjah, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, you name it, they're everywhere. And so it became the fulfillment of a dream. But it's almost 60 years. Next year will be 60 years since my husband and I were married, and of course he's passed away now. But when I look back over all those years and the many joys, the many struggles, the many high points, the many low points, it takes a lot of perseverance and a lifetime of dedication to become a really true breeder. People come and people go, and within 5 years, 6 years, but to spend a lifetime in so many various activities with the Arabian horse, whether you're racing them or riding them or breeding them for halter or just having a breeding farm or writing about them, there's a lot of high points, and they're the great ones, but you also have to endure some of the more severe challenges. So when I look back on my life and the opportunities that I had, I'm very grateful, and I'm so glad to see that the Arabian breed is still, and even more so, appreciated in its homelands than it was when we started, because at that time there were literally very, very few breeding farms in that part of the world.
I hope that in the future we will have every day more new breeder, young breeder, for the Arabian horses, all over the world, of course. I'm one of them. That's why you are an idol for us. You teach us really a lot. And I think you're a demonstration of follow a dream and really purchase it.
Well, I think anyone that's been successful has had a dream. They've had the vision and they've had the perseverance. You have to have the perseverance. I don't care who, and practice. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But practice, 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 and being in the right place, right time, a little bit of luck, but the vision, always the vision.
Yeah. Can I ask you, which is your best memory of all your life?
People ask me that question all the time. What's your favorite horse? What's your favorite memory? After 60 odd years in this business, and more than that with horses, I guess probably I'd have to say the first time I ever saw a horse, which was when I think I was 3 years old. I have a picture I found the other day. I was 3 years old when my father put me on this little gray pony called Silver. And that was the beginning. How could you not have that as, of course, the beginning, in the beginning?
Thank you so much. So we are in Las Vegas, and everybody in Las Vegas plays. So Arabian Insider decided to play with all our VIP tables. We decided to catch 5 horses and to go around in our VIP tables and ask people to write down the pedigree of the horse that they catch, as far as they can. And I started this, but you did it. How did it go, Jeffrey?
Well, first of all, Francesca, I admit, absolutely, I didn't think this was the best idea. I thought it might be difficult, but you know what? There's a lot of breeders here in Vegas, and they really latched onto it. So we had them draw randomly 5 horses. They were Ali Jamal, Bay Shah, W.H. Justice, help me out here, Pianissima, and Marwan Al-Shakab. They drew that randomly, and then they had to write out the pedigree. At first, you had to pick some people. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do. But
absolutely.
you find some people, and they did not want to let it go. Like, even if they didn't know the pedigree, I actually had to sit there and we had to fill it out so they could remember it correctly. It was a lot of fun, and kudos to you for coming up with the idea. So let's take a look.
Marwan Al-Shakab.
You should write his pedigree as far as you can.
I can't think, that's all I know.
You picked Ali Jamal.
Okay. She will do it, and it will be beautifully done.
She will beat everyone.
It's not easy. It's so hard. He's thinking. He's thinking. That's Marilla's thinking face. Nicely done, Marilla.
Sheila would kill me if I forgot the sire and dam of Naganga.
Not a lot of people can play this. So Bart's kind of up against it because Lenita Paroy, who owned Ali Jamal and made Ali Jamal like a legend of the breed, she drew him. So Bart's trying to keep up with Lenita, which is going to be really tough.
No way, she picked it.
She did.
Oh, God, that's so unfair. I give up already.
No, come on.
So Jeffrey, tell us, which are the results?
Well, I have them here for you. Just to let you know, these are the people that I talked to. Murillo Kammer, Philip DePozo, Bart Van Bogenholt, Janice McCrae Wright, Lenita Paroy, Mike Weinstein. The person who did the best, and you know what, this was just pure random chance, but Lenita Paroy actually pulled out Ali Jamal.
Wow.
And so maybe we need to do it again, but certainly Lenita was the winner. Murillo did fantastic with Beisha.
Who had justice?
Justice, Philip DePozo, he did all right. He definitely did really well with the sire section. Bart,
Also.
Lenita kicked his butt on Ali Jamal, but he did very good. We learned a lot of things, and Mike Weinstein did Pianissima. So I think we're gonna have to keep playing it.
Yes, for sure. This was just the first day of our game, so tomorrow we will repeat.
I think we will, and I think maybe we can do it throughout the summer in Europe. People really
Yeah?
enjoyed it.
And we will see for the all year who will win. I'm now with Dan Martin and Karim Albidayer, this amazing filly that today won again here in Vegas after Scottsdale, right?
Yes, yes, we're very proud of her. She's by Khan's Albidayer, who we bred, and he's been very important for us, and he's had a couple first foal crops, and they're very, very nice. Two Khan's fillies won 2 of the sections of yearling fillies, and that's great.
Did you expect this winning today?
It's always great to win. You never expect anything. The quality here is so high, and of course we knew that she had a good shot going into it because of her win at Scottsdale, and she's so beautiful and complete.
It was for sure a really difficult class to win, and I really like her.
Yeah.
And she's also so sweet. I mean, okay, we gave her a carrot, we can say, because it's she just wants to eat it. And what's your plan, the future plan with her?
We plan to take her to Europe and do some showing with her in Europe.
Okay.
So that will be probably next after this, because she's not, now they have to be sweepstakes nominated to show at nationals, and she's not sweepstakes. So for her here as a yearling, it would be kind of finished. So
I think in America she did what she had to do. Hey, don't bite.
Yeah.
She just bought my belly.
I think she wants the carrot that you said you had.
Yeah. Thank you so much to allow us to be here in the stable with her.
Yeah, no, she is sweet. And then we've got we've put in the Antara auction a great opportunity for someone, in that her mother, Khalifa, is a Kubanek daughter, and there's not a lot of them out there producing, and Khalifa's been an amazing producer for us. She's had a Mirage mare that's done very, very well for us in Europe as well. She has an Ajman daughter that's done great, and now Karima has a full brother who I've not been to see yet. I've seen photos of it, and it's absolutely beautiful. Very similar to her and very complete. So we've put in the Antara auction to give somebody an opportunity to get a full sibling to her out of this incredible mare. And,
This is such an option. Wow.
Yeah. And we also put in a full sibling to Mosen.
Okay.
That's an embryo that's already taken. So we don't really sell a lot of horses, and we've had a lot of people asking about buying her or buying Mosen.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good way for somebody to get an opportunity at something like that.
Unique,
so,
like her.
Yeah.
That's of course.
And the mare's done it twice now, because the colt looks as good as her. So
We are looking
very
forward to
excited
seeing
about
him
him.
also.
Yeah.
And for sure tomorrow will be quite exciting auction. I'm sure about it. Also the quality of the auction is really high, so
It is. There's some incredible
Yeah.
opportunities in there.
Yeah.
So
we will see what happens tomorrow. Thank you so much, Dan. Like
Thank you,
always, it was really a
Francesca.
pleasure.
So Francesca, Vegas is not just about the movers and shakers in the industry, but it also attracts new people to the industry. And today you were able to meet one of those people, correct?
Yes, I met up with Jacob. He's a new buyers, and soon, of course, it will be also new breeders. And he went to Al Jasmia farm to buy a horse, and he bought Katara. And after a few days, he just decided to bring her here in Vegas, and he also got the second place. So I think this was a really good start for him.
And this guy's famous on what app is he famous on?
Yes, he's also a really cool guy because he's famous on Snapchat. He has like 1 million followers. So we also have a really important guy in our
You do
business.
Snapchat, right?
No, but I
Me
know
either.
that he's famous.
Okay, let's take a look.
I'm in the bar with a new buyer and inshallah soon a new breeder of our business. His name is Jacob and this is the horse that he just bought. Yeah, and after a few days you decided to brought her in Las Vegas show. Jacob, tell us something about your story. Why did you decide to arrive here in the World of Horses?
Yeah, this is the first time. This is my first horse. You know, before I was sorry, I'm bad in English, but I wish I complete everything. I was in social media. I just take a picture for horses, like before, like 4 years ago. Then I don't know. I feel something. I just dream the horse. I like the horse, and I know about the horse. That's why I know how to choose right now. Just a little, not too much, but I choose Katara from Al Jasmia. And inshallah we'll do good, inshallah.
What's your future plan?
To buy something special, but I should wait because this is my first time I get the second class. Oh, I hope to take the champion after 2 days. I don't know. I don't know. Inshallah, we will see.
And if I can ask, why did you kept Al Jasmia like a farm to go visit and buy a horse?
Yeah, you know, because Al Jasmia, this is the first time I want to buy. I go to the Al Jasmia in Santa Barbara. You have big farm. Then I check a lot of horse. They show me a lot of horse. You know, like 100 horse they have, and you can't choose, and whatever you want. 100 is not
And you just fall in
small
love
number.
with her?
Yeah, because I like Justice,
Ah, okay.
and she's the daughter of Justice.
she is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time,
Thank
and
you.
Arabian
Thank you.
Insider really wish you all the best luck for
you
your
very
future and your breeding.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So it was a very exciting day with the mares and fillies today at Vegas. Let's take a look. Let's go through the day and let's look at some of the highlights from those classes. There were 3 sections of yearling fillies here at the Arabian Breeders' World Cup, all very exciting. Everyone was expecting the final section, which had Karima Albadire and Omel Aerodite in it. That's the $1.5 million filly from the Scottsdale auction making her show debut. But really the shootout was in the first section with Sharanza and SRA Suzanne. They actually tied 333 points and a half. They went to type, tie still couldn't be broken, and so they went to movement. And finally, Saranza came out on top with Michael Byatt. In the 2-year-old fillies, the winner was Celestina INZ with Ted Carson. She won gold champion in the international as a yearling. She had been beaten at Region 12, but she came back for really only her 3rd show, and it was a big one, and she looked fantastic. The other was Al Jassimia filly that won her section, Juhania Al Jassimia. She looked great with Giacomo. And the 3-year-old fillies, Fanatica, had absolutely gorgeous face. I can't wait to see what she looks like when she loses those teeth bumps. She was with David Boggs, she was bred by Raymond Mazai, and she was for owner Awadaya Arabian Stud. We look for her to be very strong in the championships as well. In the 4-year-old mare section, we had Arwa Al Jassimia with Giacomo, the Bay. Ghazala Al Shahania won the 5-year-old mares with Michael Byatt. I think one of the things that's going to be really interesting moving forward is FT Havana El Kiev, 4-time Brazilian national champion. No mare has won more championships in Brazil than this mare, and she's going to be competing now against some of the best US horses. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens going forward. That said, it's not that the 3rd section of yearling fillies wasn't exciting. There was a big crowd gathering actually in a paddock before entering in the arena to see this $1.55 million filly, Omel Aerodite. It was her show debut, so she can be forgiven if she doesn't actually show her best. But Ted Carson did a great job with her, but Karima Albadire was just fantastic with Michael Byatt. I can't wait for the championship. It's really going to be a shootout.
So our 2nd episode of Arabian Insider here in Las Vegas is finished. Tomorrow for sure we will bring you all the mail, right?
The colts, the stallions, everybody's trying to qualify for that championship on Saturday.
For sure it will be really exciting. I hope you enjoyed our 2nd episode. I'm Francesca Ragno.
And I'm Jeffrey Winterstein.
We see us tomorrow and have a good night.
Enjoy Las Vegas.